And it is just now 16 minutes after 8 o'clock. Good morning, and thank you for listening. I know some people are especially listening this morning to find out information about the Wall That Heals and all that that will entail in coming to our community. We are so blessed to get this, the Wall That Heals, and you'll find out what that is if you don't know when we're talking to our guests. Good morning to Danny Davis.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming in.
And Dena.
And
Lloyd,
please tell us.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, you too, Dena, and we're going to get to you. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Obviously, I'm Danny Davis. I am the treasurer for Hopkins County as well as the veteran service officer for the county. I basically collect funds and put them in the bank and make sure they're safekeeping, and then I also help veterans with claims, and I'm on several veterans committees and volunteer committees and all of that.
One of them is the Wall That Heals.
Yes.
And we're going to find out what your part in this is and how blessed we are to get that in our community. And Dena is no stranger to things that are American and for our veterans. Good morning to Dena Lloyd.
Good morning.
In December of each year, you do what?
The Wreaths Across America,
Okay.
which we remember, honor, and teach about our veterans, past, present, and we honor them. We want to remember them. We want to honor them. And then we want to teach our children and grandchildren the sacrifices that have been made for our freedoms here in America.
Okay. The Wall That Heals is a huge effort, and it's going to involve lots and lots of people. Danny, just give us an overview of what it is and when it's coming.
Okay. The Wall That Heals is a replica. It's a traveling wall that is a replica of the wall for Vietnam veterans in D.C. It stands 307. It stands 7.5 foot tall, and it's 375 foot linear foot long. And they call it the Wall That Heals. It travels from location to location, and we need volunteers to help set it up and all that. But they call it the Wall That Heals because, as we all know, Vietnam veterans weren't welcomed home from the war that we'd all like to forget. And
not welcomed as they should have been.
Yes, absolutely. And this is our way of saying thank you and trying to honor them for their sacrifices and what they've given.
50 years ago, and so many of them have children who are now adults
Yes.
with families, and it's an impact on them as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Many people in our community will be pitching in to make this work. November 2nd through 7th? 4th through 7th.
4th through 7th is when we'll be able to allow people to come in and visit and see the wall, and there's also a trailer that's interactive. Where you can go in and watch videos, educational trailer, where you can sit and get information and all that as well.
Maybe
with the wall.
similar to the Wreaths Across America?
Yes,
that we
similar to the
Yes.
exhibit that we had in March.
Yeah, similar to that. The actual event of bringing the wall in starts on the 2nd of November. And it will be escorted in by the Patriot Guard Riders, Christian Bikers Club, law enforcement escorts, and the Yellow Ribbon Campaign, Welcome Home to America, Vietnam's Veteran, logos and signs. That all begins with banners and the Yellow Ribbon and American flags, and hopefully citizens here in Sulphur Springs will line the streets on the 2nd as we come in, on the 2nd of November as we come in with the wall. And then on Wednesday, the 3rd, that's when we'll need volunteers, the 3rd of November, to help set up and all that. And you can volunteer by going to www.thewallthatheals-sstx.org website.
Okay. Now, there's several ways that you can help, and just a few of them are listed. Sanitizing stations, first aid, all kinds of ways. Direct, maybe having traffic coming through, people walking, asking questions.
Yes.
Many ways that you can help. In fact, as we're talking about this entire event that's coming, the Wall That Heals is a community inclusive event to put on. We got several months' notice that we were selected.
Yes.
And thanks to Mandy Kennedy and all that she has done.
Yes. She's been the driving force behind this, Mandy Kennedy. And what's really neat about this situation is every state that touches Texas, none of the surrounding states are going to have this wall in it this year. We are the only place in Texas and the surrounding states that will have this wall this year, so it's a big deal for us. We're shocked that Little Sulphur Springs was able to get the wall that heals on Veterans Day or very close to Veterans Day. It was a surprise to us all, but again, if you know Mandy Kennedy, she's pretty persuasive. So thank you, Mandy.
She wishes she could be here this morning.
Yes.
I will say, too, just in thinking about the scope of this, many, many, many people are going to be coming to our town.
All over.
So as we go along in the next coming weeks, we'll be addressing those needs as well.
Right.
Now, visiting the wall that heals is what we want you to do November 4th through 7th. But in addition to that, there's at least another event.
Right. We're going to be having our first, I guess you could say, our first benefit to raise money to offset the cost of the wall that heals, and that is on September the 10th, and that is a Friday beginning at 7 o'clock. Neil McCoy is going to be doing a concert in the Sulphur Springs High School Auditorium, and we are super excited to be able to host him. Jason Walden and the Alibis.
Woohoo.
Yes, we'll be doing the opening act, and then Neil will follow. For those that aren't familiar with Neil McCoy, he was the opening act for Charlie Pride for many years, and then he branched out on his own, and he has some hits like No Doubt About It, Wink. He's also done a tribute to Charlie Pride, and then he also participates in the USO tours. He's done 17 USO tours, but right now he is over on Facebook. He is approximately 2,046 days. Every day he says the Pledge of Allegiance on Facebook. So he's a true American. He has such a heart for our veterans and very patriotic.
He is also, anytime you run into him, he will talk to you like he's always known you. He'll remember
Exactly.
you. You see him on a cruise, it's just like you've been best friends.
Right.
And he's in Northeast Texas.
Yes,
too.
and he's just from, Longview or Jacksonville. But anyway, in saying all of that, the tickets will be online sales, and they will go online today at Outhouse Tickets, and I can place that link on the radio website once I have that. But we're super excited to be able to accommodate, and so we would love for people to come out and listen, have a great evening of just fun, enjoyment, laughter. And I like this because Neil says, make sure to catch a show, because he says no two shows are the same. And that's true. He just kind of goes.
Now, in addition to the Wall That Heals visit to our town, which we've been talking about, November 4th through 7th, the fundraising concert is what dates?
That is Friday, September the 10th.
Okay, and it will be at Sulphur Springs
High School Auditorium.
Now, Sulphur Springs High School is a big sponsoring entity.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
Yes, they are. Thank you, Josh Williams, if you're listening
Absolutely.
to this. He is amazing, and Josh is also, Mr. Williams is also in charge of the veterans deal that they do over at the high school every year, which is phenomenal. And he has a military background with his family and all that, and he's just really appreciative, and just he's a great guy. So thank you, Josh.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Speaking of Sulphur Springs ISD, they also have agreed to go on with another portion of the Wall That Heals called the Yellow Ribbon Campaign. And so it's been brought to me, and Mandy told me about this. Carol Ginn Vernon and her capable student staff are going to be heading up the Yellow Ribbon Campaign. Exactly what it is or what it will look like, I do not know, but it will be a way that we can remember the old song, Tie a Yellow Ribbon?
Around the old oak tree.
To remember and to welcome back. And so just get ready, because as soon as our teachers and staff get in place for the first week of school, we're going to be talking with them about the Yellow Ribbon Campaign, and you're going to want to be part of it.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we are so excited.
What else can we acquaint listeners with?
Well,
Danny?
I mean, we need to also thank the city, because it is a sponsorship of the and Joey Baker. Without Joey Baker's guidance and advice and just his overall assistance has been phenomenal in helping us do this. But, it is the Freedom Ball Committee, the Hopkins County Veterans Memorial Committee, SSISD, and the City of Sulphur Springs that are sponsoring this.
This is going to bring in so many people who are heads of committees and have been used to.
Yeah, we're hoping, and crunching the numbers, it looks like we could potentially get about 30,000 people in Sulphur Springs to come to this wall, and with all the events going on and all that, just that weekend. So that's a big deal.
It's rather huge.
Yeah, very popular.
You will be able to visit this wall yourself 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Of course, there'll be people there to help be on site
Yes.
as you come to visit.
Yes.
There are also going to be tours, which is one of the
Okay.
things Josh Williams is working on with the students in the surrounding schools. Is they'll
Okay.
be taking students on tour as well throughout it. So that's really cool.
How wonderful that is. And
Yeah.
just as our high school already does, bringing the veterans to the high school to see students or be exposed to students on Veterans Day.
Yeah.
We're allowing them, again, another way to be touched by our American traditions.
Right.
Yeah. I also want to let everyone know that Operation Victor Echo Tango, OVET, they are going to be heading up the parade.
Oh,
And
a
if
parade
you,
too.
Yes,
and
a parade.
that's going to be on the 6th of November. And if you want to be in that, or you want some details on that, please get with Chris Wilburn over at the Operation Vet office, and that office is located in the Chamber of Commerce, right next to it,
Okay.
on the square.
Okay.
And Chris
Wonderful.
Wilburn, you can also reach out to his Facebook page as well.
Okay.
And that is, I think it's on Facebook, Operation Victor Echo Tango, or OVET.
They love to do things like this.
Yes, they do.
and are very capable. And getting really close to the end of our time here, we also, I think, have a car show that Saturday downtown.
Yes, Antique Car Show on Saturday at 10 a.m. And I'll just run through that Saturday real fast. The Texas Wildlife Buffalo Soldiers will be at Heritage Park that day as well, and they're presenting historical programs there. There'll be tours. Also, the Dutch oven cooking is back. Let's see. And then the Houston Buffalo Soldier guys will be in Pacific Park that day.
We have 1 minute.
Okay. I wanted to intercept right quick on the volunteers. We want volunteers, obviously,
Okay.
but we will have a mandatory training
Okay.
for all volunteers,
Wonderful.
and that will be on Wednesday, November the 3rd.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
We'll come back on all these points. Also, something else I find of note here, there's another fundraiser besides the Neil McCoy concert.
Yes, there's one.
September 25th, private fundraising, dinner and dancing date night at Cedar Canyon Event Center with Jason Walden and the Alibis
Yes,
there as well.
yes.
Will y'all come back so we can talk again?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because
And
we are
we'll
just
get Mandy
about out
back.
of
We'll get
time.
Mandy with us
Yes,
next time.
next
Okay.
time.
Thank you very much for coming in about the wall that he.
Okay, thank you.